Most Americans today can sense that there's something serious going on in our country. It's a feeling of angst. It's a feeling of genuine, serious concern. It feels like a war is being waged on us, on our society, on our ideals, on our values. Well, that's exactly what is occurring. A war is being waged, but it's not a war in the traditional sense. This type of war uses neither bomb nor bullet, yet it is just as lethal. It's called political warfare. It's an asymmetric, unconventional type of warfare that encompasses various tactical strategies.
Shit. Hi, Hugo.
Hey, buddy.
My finger hit the button early, so we're starting without the last 10 seconds and all that stuff. Sorry about that. It happens.
Technical difficulties here on the Truth Slinger, but that's okay. We have the technology. We can make it better. We can make it stronger. Welcome, everybody. I'm HG in HD. That's Tim right there, that handsome guy, the producer of Truth Slinger X. And you're on EPAC Perspectives. Welcome, everybody. We have got some rather interesting news today. First, what I want to talk about really quick, and it's basically scaled down now. At about 1 o'clock this afternoon, Iran launched ballistic missiles on Israel, and it was what's called a limited or a proportional response to the killing of Nasrallah. But it's over now. The people of Israel are back out on the streets, and they're for the most part safe. Let's see where this goes. The Pentagon is all over this. I've talked briefly with my guys in D.C. The Pentagon is all over this. A two-star general, I forget his name, spent about 2 hours briefing the public, briefing the media. We're watching this very closely. Iran is not real smart. They have leaders that are intelligent, but they're old, and they don't think like they'll just retaliate because that's what we do. Well, they don't think. They think about this far. They don't really understand that basically if they really get stupid and send over missiles later with nuclear warhead tipped with nuclear warheads into Israel, pretty much Iran will end up being a dust bowl.
Yeah, right. So
having said that, Jen and you guys, I want you to pull up something. I'm going to show you a picture right here real quick. This guy, I don't know if anybody remembers this guy.
Yeah, who can forget? Yeah. That's Dylan Mulvaney, right? Mr. Bud Light himself.
Mr. Bud Light himself, Dylan Mulvaney.
Yep.
Well, Dylan Mulvaney, I want folks to hold on to, strap yourself in. Jen or Tim, if you can, play this clip. He's singing a tune. This is a production. This has people up on the stage. This is produced. Money was spent. A time and effort was spent to bring this production to the American people and to the people around the world. And this guy, pretty much, he's talking about how Jesus manned up. This is what you got to watch this. Pay very, very close attention, and you've got to watch it. Listen to what he says. Rock and roll it with it, dude.
All right, man.
Start from the very beginning.
All right. This is it's about Jesus and what it means to be a man. So it's
with his own death, Jesus knew that he had to
Can't hear it.
man up. He had to man up. So he crawled up on that cross and he stuck it out. He manned up. Christ, he manned up. And he taught us all what real manning up is about. Cue testosterone. And now it's up to me and it's time to man up. Jesus had his time, so now it's mine to man up. I'm taking the reins, I'm crossing the bear. Just like Jesus, I'm growing up hair. I've got to stand up, can't just clam up. It's time to man up. when you know you've got to man up. Don't let it pass you by, there's just one time to man up. Watch me man up like nobody else. I'm gonna man up all over myself. I've got to get ready, it's time to. What did Jesus do when they put nails through his hands? Did he scream like a girl, or did he take it like a man? When someone had to die to save us from our sins, Jesus said, I'll do it, and he took it on the chin. He manned up, he manned up. He took a bullet for me and you. He manned up, he manned up. Do it too! Time to be a hero and slay the monster. Time to battle darkness, you're not my father. Time to stand up and steal the show.
Wow, I'm sorry that you didn't get feedback on that, but we heard it just fine over here, and everybody out there heard it, I can assure you.
Let me make something very, very clear. This guy is talking about, now here's the dichotomy. Here's the insanity of this thinking. He's talking about Jesus told us to man up. Come on, man up. Okay, that shows strength. This guy wants to be feminine. Okay, what it means to be a man. Now, here's the part that really, I guess, when a dog gets. You ever heard of the expression, raises the hair on the back of your neck?
Yeah.
This is where the raises the hair on the back of my neck. He says, Jesus crawled up on the cross. Ladies and gentlemen, Jesus Christ did not crawl up on the God. Oh! He did not crawl up on the cross.
Right.
He was nailed to the cross.
That's right.
This shit has got to fucking stop. This guy, in fact, you know what? Let's do this. Let's take it to the nth degree. I don't want this guy to ever shut up. I want this guy to keep talking. And I want this posted around the world. This guy is telling you that Jesus Christ crawled up on the cross and told everybody, be a man. I'll teach you how to be a man. This is insane. It's not Marxism. It's not communism. It is insanityism. I cannot freaking take this any longer.
Yeah.
I swear to God, these people that produce this, these people that put the word basically production, put the money up, and this guy, this is insanity. And children are seeing this. I'm telling you, the hair on the back of my neck just raises up like it's unbelievable. Now, here's the thing I want to take. I'm angry, yes. But as an adult, I'm able to control my anger. I don't have to act on it. I have very good self-control. Here's the thing I want folks to understand. Our government works. This is all about the Marxist political warfare. Just the other day, a young lady, I won't tell you her name, she posted a thing that our government hates you. No, it doesn't. There's a shitload of Marxists within our federal government that hate you. Basically, and here's the point that I really, really want to make, that it's not about the hate. The Marxist machine, the Biden administration, they don't spend a bunch of effort hating people. They just don't give a damn. They have an agenda. But more importantly, I want folks to understand there are thousands and thousands of people that many of them I know, congressmen, senators, staff members, that tens of thousands of these people that are fighting to preserve your rights, keep the law, the rule of law of this nation. You hear many, many people in this country talking about this democracy, our democracy. Now, let me be very, very clear. In essence, or I guess what you might say, as a part of our constitutional republic, we are, to a degree, a democracy. Why do they say we are democracy? Because we are a nation of laws. Never before in history was a nation built based on the rule of law. It was all about the kings, and basically they could change the law. Once here in this nation, once you establish a standard, a law, it can know that is how we base everything. But more importantly, I want folks to understand these Kamalas and these Bidens and these Waltzes, they want to make the U.S. government the benefactor of your rights. Our rights come from our Creator. The right to own guns, the right to free speech. It is all the Bill of Rights, all of it. That comes from our Creator. That is the prime point. Having said that, the United States government is not the benefactor of your rights. It is a protector of your rights.
Well, and that's why this whole thing, the attack with Dylan Mulvaney and all that is going on, the way this all weaves into the bigger picture of evil, is it's necessary to destroy God so that the government can be God. They got to get rid of God first. First thing they got to do, man. Marxist.
Bingo.
So yeah, it's really, really gross, and it's like we see it all over. We saw it like on steroids at the Olympics. That whole mess that went on over there, and then this transgender thing is all demonic as well, because all these demons are all on the spectrum. None of them are male, female either. And that interestingly in the news today. Wasn't it the Olympics? Just these guys got to give back the $25 million prize because he's actually genetically a male, the Iranian one. It was the one that fought the Italian boxer and beat the living tar out of the biological woman. Yeah, they stripped him of his gold.
Oh, really? I did not hear that.
Yeah.
He had to pay back the money.
Yeah, 25 mil. Yeah.
Whoops. That's going to be a problem. I want to show you something real quick, there's a couple of ladies that were on the internet, and I'll see if I can. It's kind of there we go. There's two ladies. You can see the word alternative. That's okay. These young ladies, that's how they express themselves. Okay, they not necessarily talking about their gender, but they want to put makeup on. That's how they express themselves. Okay, there's a line between calling yourself a woman when biologically you're a male, but when you express yourself with tattoos or whatever, that's what Donald Trump wants to protect. Kamala Harris wants you to basically for the government to be the benefactors. Now, I'm going to post here pretty soon on X and on my website. I'm changing the subject about over to Kamala Harris. I literally, at this particular point, even when I see her on the news, I change the channel. But more importantly, she was at this FEMA meeting. I believe it was yesterday, and she was sitting there at the head of the table with this smug look on her face. In fact, Jen or Tim, if I sent you that link, she would not answer questions. If you can show that, possibly, she was sitting there, would not take questions, and she was just looking around. I'm not going to answer any of your questions. People have a right. The people have a right to know. And guess what? What did Donald Trump do? There we go. I want you. Can we watch this, Jen? Tim, can we watch this?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's watch it.
Thank you. Come on. This way. Let's go. This way. Thank you very much. Thank you. This way.
Press wants. Hey, they're asking her questions. Hey, what about this? What about that? She won't answer.
No. They're done. They're done spraying on the pool. I hate that term anyway. Pool spray. Yeah, they're done with the spray. So everybody leave. Thank you. But they've been doing that crap for the entire 4 years. It's okay. Rush them all out. Get the photo up. Get the thing that you want. Get them the hell out of the room. Right? But and it's the same thing they did with Joe Biden, except that Joe Biden just kind of went, it looked like he was a deer lost in the headlights.
Oh yeah. He was on. Well, see, Joe was on it. Joe was he was on the phone for 2 hours straightening that shit out.
Yeah.
He figured it all out. He was on the phone and rocking and rolling it for 2 hours. He was on the phone for two whole hours.
2 whole hours. Wow.
He was kicking ass down there. What did Donald Trump do? He came down there with truckloads of supplies.
I know. Okay, but yet the coverage was, and this dovetails right into what's going on with the administration, is that, of course, they're nowhere to be found down there. And they're like, well, we'll go down there. We really don't want to interfere because we know with all these ongoing operations down there, we certainly don't want to hold anything up. It's like, yeah, but Donald Trump showed up, man. They make it sound as if he's just holding up the show and people are dying because he's down there holding a campaign rally. And it's like, no, he showed up with fuel and generators and Franklin Graham in tow, okay? He actually started performing the duties of a president, right? He's being presidential. But then,
and he's working with Elon to get Starlink down there.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? Apparently, from what I understand, they're having a little bit of trouble getting them up and running because it costs. There's a certain fee for that.
He waived
Guess
it.
what?
Yeah. Elon waived it. Yeah.
He waived it.
Yeah, that was amazing. And I'm telling you, man, it's like all these people, and you know who's standing up right now? It's the private citizens. It's the former president of the United States. It's Elon Musk. It's the whole list of people that are streamers and other people that are down there, and all these folks that are down there. There's supplies streaming down there, but yet FEMA nowhere to be found. Still don't know what the hell is going on there. But yet the government gets up and they quote a whole, today I actually heard them tell us, do you know how many million liters of water they got down there? They got 9 million liters of water. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's awfully fucking convenient because you don't buy water by the liter in the United States of America. You buy it by the bottle, or you buy it by the case, or you buy it by the gallon or 5 gallon. You don't buy it by the liter. So if you've got a number for how many liters of water you've delivered to people, you're lying. You're making it up. Okay. And I don't trust any of your numbers.
And one of the big things is it's amazing how this flood destroyed a lot of the roads.
Oh.
Just chewed them up. But you know what? Yep. Just the fact that Biden was on the phone for a couple of hours doing his thing, and Kamala wouldn't take it. What is she? Did she tell anybody what the hell she's doing? She should be down there, not necessarily directing, but she should be out there. What can the government do to help you? How can we? Yeah.
Right. Asking the questions, patting people on the back, saying, we hear you, we're sorry about that. What can we do to help you? Yeah. There's no reassurance there. She flew back from a fundraiser with this whole list of A-list celebrities. What'd she do? Well, we went straight back to Washington. Why? Well, so we can monitor the situation. Monitor the situation from where? Washington, D.C.? What good are you doing there, you or Joe? Neither of them, they said they're going to go, but just like East Palestine, well, we don't know quite when. When it seems like it's going to be convenient. And apparently he's going to go to Raleigh?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
There's nothing going on in Raleigh. Why is he going to go to Raleigh? It's just the whole thing is completely fabricated. They don't care about the people. And what amazes me is right now, wouldn't this have seemed like a gift to the current administration or Kamala Harris to go, hey, this is an opportunity to look like I'm actually doing something? And they're just blowing it, man. They're totally blowing it. Mayorkas got up there. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows. They just talk in these vague generalities, but yet we see, like never before, these videos coming out, YouTube videos, saying there's nobody here. You know, we're stuck on a mountain. We can't do this. We can't cut our way out. We can't do this. And there's no helicopters. There's no FEMA. There's nobody on the ground, you know?
And that's really sad. Now here, I would like. Hello.
I hear you.
We're getting some feedback here. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that I'm going to post something. I want to talk about back in 2021. A guy named Lester Holt with MSNBC interviewed Kamala Harris. Now, I think I may have sent you that post. One of the things that, like I said a few minutes ago, just looking at her, but what I want to talk about before I close is how I was when she said something, I actually flinched. It insulted my intelligence so dramatically about what she said. She was in this interview, and Lester Holt says, "Well, did you go down to the border?" Mm-hmm. Well, she goes, "I'm here in Guatemala, and we've been to the border. We've been to the border." And he goes, "Well, yeah, but have you been to the border?" And she pauses, and then she goes, "Well, I haven't been to Europe either." He said, that's what he says. He says, "But you haven't been to the border."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, I haven't been to Europe either." That right there, it insulted my intelligence so dramatically. I flinched.
Yeah.
It's like I got punched in the face.
Yeah.
This shit is so dramatically. I mean, there's really, I can't tell you how unbelievably what a liar and what a manipulator. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go to EPAC EPAC, our organization, on the website www.preservingamericaepac.com. Tim, if you could put up the link for our new documentary called Legacy of a Nation.
Yep.
I produced actually 3 documentaries. The first 2 are free. This one, The Legacy of a Nation, talks about how just recently, about a week ago, the United Nations had the Pact of the Future, and what Kamala and how this links in with Kamala, because if she walks into the White House as the 47th president of the United States on January 20th, 2025, she will finish the job that Obama started. The fundamental transformation of this country. America, ladies and gentlemen, will not be destroyed. It will be fundamentally transformed, and a new autocratic regime will be ushered in under the guise of a crisis. Just a few days ago, at the at the United States Summit of the Future, the United Nations, not the United States, the United Nations, they basically everybody, and Joe Biden, basically, let's see if I can find this here. He has this. It's called the Prepare Act. Okay, he signed. This is a 16-page document out of the White House. 3 years ago, he put this together, knowing that this was coming, and now they've changed the language so dramatically that now they don't call it the Global Climate Change Emergency anymore. They don't call it the Global Emergency Plan. They don't call it the Emergency Platform. They call it the Pact of the Future. Basically, it's about signing on to and signing over a certain amount of our sovereignty. There it is right there. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to our website. It costs less than a cup of coffee to rent Legacy of a Nation. That gives you an idea of what we're facing. I have studied political warfare. The goal is about ownership. And that's what the Pact of the Future is about, is basically taking ownership of the United States of America. Why do they want, what is this whole war being waged for? Because it is about sustainable development. How can you basically control or what is sustainable development? Sustainable development of the United Nations is about taking our resources around the world and being able to control them and ration them out, because you're getting, I guess what you might say, limited. Certain major resources on this planet, that ones that we really depend on, are getting limited. You have to watch a documentary. But more importantly, this is about, there's my first one, America on the Precipice. But this is about controlling and rationing out resources. The only way you can ration out or control the most important resources on the planet, and especially here in America, is you have to own them. And that is in the works right now. This is about ownership of this country, or what's called the federalization of the United States of America. More importantly, I want folks to go to Preserving America, EPAC.com, watch our documentary called Legacy of a Nation. It's less than a cup of coffee. It gives you an idea about what's going on. And here's the thing I want to leave you with. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. This is a war of attrition. I just had a conversation with a gentleman, brilliant man, that had been on this for 50 years. And he actually got me started in this, G. Edward Griffin. G. Edward Griffin interviewed a guy named Yuri Bezmenov back in the 80s. And about 15, 18 years ago, I saw that interview. And that's what got me started on this path, among other things. But more importantly, he concurs with me. Why is this war being waged? Because it's getting to the point where we can calculate and control outcomes. Imagine if you could, I'm using an analogy here. What if you could take a handful of dice, okay, and you throw them 10 times? What if you could calculate and control, or not so much control, but you could calculate what the outcome of those dice every single time out of 10? That is what quantum computing can do. It can solve problems and it can eliminate risk. When you can eliminate risk and make things more efficient, guess what? That reduces costs and it controls them. But more importantly, this is about ownership. I want folks to spread the word for me. I put a lot of money and a lot of effort and a lot of time into this, called The Legacy of a Nation. It costs less than a cup of coffee. And here's the thing I'm going to leave you with. I just spoke last night for an hour and a half with a gentleman who is deeply connected to Congress. He has, let me put it to you this way. He is a driver for Donald Trump's, what you call, not squad, but their units. They have several, I guess what you might say, entourage. These are people, they have drivers, security, Secret Service. He is part of that team. And I spoke with him for an hour and a half. He's all about election integrity. I want to go see if I can remember this. It's eyeball. I've completely forgot about it. I'll have to put the link up in there. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It's it's actually a picture of an eyeball with a helmet on it, and I can't remember the damn name of it. The point is, this is about election integrity. He has a database that rivals. I mean, it's the most thorough and concise database of election fraud criminals. People who have committed election fraud. Now, I spoke with him quite extensively, and actually, I'm going to be meeting up with him in February at CPAC. But he is he's part of the security team. He's a driver for Donald Trump and his team. But more importantly, he's deeply connected, and I can't go into this. He's deeply connected to Congress, and we're going to be bringing some information. What I want to say, and I'll leave you with this: not this coming Thursday, but the following Thursday of next week, Tim and I are going to interview this gentleman. His name is, we'll just call him Paul. Paul, I forget how to, Burson. His name, we'll call him Paul. We're going to introduce you to this guy, and he's going to be talking about, here's the thing that he not produced, but he suggested to Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago not too terribly long ago. He says, Donald, he said, how about we offer people a reward for turning in people that commit voter fraud. Donald Trump, I like that. Yeah, he loved it. This is where we're going to go. I actually made a little donation to him. It sets up a reward, I guess what you might say, fund for people that know if they have information that leads to showing that there's actual election fraud, you'll get a reward. But more importantly, that interview is a week from this Thursday. We're going to interview Paul, Tim, and I are, and we're going to bring you some information. This shit is getting serious. November 8th is a big day in this country. It is a major day. And here's the thing I want to say. One, America will not be destroyed. What will happen, it will be manipulated, and they want to basically take ownership of this country. And in order to do that, they have to falsify, for the most part, the election. And here's where Kamala, on January 6th, if she can, legally, if a bunch of people object on January 6th to the election results, if Trump wins, they'll object to the election results, and they'll call for an investigation, and everything will go south. Hold on to your ass, buckle your seatbelt, hold on. I'm telling you what, if that happens on January 6th, you will hear the cry across this planet. I guarantee you. Yeah. Tim, I'm out of here. I love you. We're going to, not this Thursday, but a week from this Thursday, big day. We're going to be back on this Thursday. We're going to try to get our San Francisco police officer retired back on the air. I apologize to just that gentleman, Tom, because we were going to do this. Tim, I love you. You got avocados coming, and everybody pay very, very close attention.
All right, man. We'll see you guys on Thursday, same bat time.
Same bat channel.
Yep, we are out of here. Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Take care, buddy. You bet.